Do you think we've reached a point where defining technological progress is less about innovation and more about sheer market saturation?
That sounds needlessly pessimistic, but I'm intrigued. What specific area of consumer electronics are you fixated on today?
It concerns the smartphone segment, specifically how aggressively certain brands like Infinix are redefining what affordable truly means globally.
So they've launched another budget phone line. Is this merely iterative refinement? Or is there a structural shift happening in hardware manufacturing?
It's deeper than just better cameras or bigger batteries. They're bundling features like advanced connectivity and substantial processing power that previously required premium pricing tiers.
But shouldn't these components alone require a significant increase in the bill of materials, making true cost reduction impossible?
That points to vertical integration and supply chain restructuring. They are finding ways to commoditize high-end chips that were previously cornered by established players.
So the bottleneck isn't raw component availability, but rather how those components are being packaged into a cohesive mass market experience.
Exactly. They aren't just selling phones, they're selling an entire optimized digital ecosystem built around necessity and perceived high value.
I suppose that means that for consumers in emerging markets, the line between budget and mid-range premium is essentially non-existent anymore.
That's one way to put it. It dramatically alters consumer expectations, forcing established brands to rapidly rethink their entire pricing architecture.
And does this market disruption create a risk of quality dilution? When everything becomes affordable, does the brand loyalty suffer long-term?
Historically, yes, but in these regions, utility and accessibility often trump brand pedigree initially. The sheer functional leap matters more than the logo recognition.
So we're looking at developing a whole new metric for success, one based on performance-to-price ratio rather than perceived status?
Precisely. It suggests that the global smartphone market is segmenting less by income bracket and more by optimizing for maximum local utility.
This has massive implications for intellectual property, doesn't it? If component standards are being so aggressively lowered, who controls the underlying technology patents?
That's where governments and large semiconductor firms will feel the pinch. They rely on perceived scarcity to maintain premium pricing power.
Does this force Western companies that haven't optimized their supply chains yet into a corner, making them look artificially expensive by comparison?
In a way, yes. It shifts the competitive narrative from best features to optimal value proposition.
I wonder what happens when these ultra-affordable models get integrated with complex services like advanced AI or sophisticated cloud backups?
That's the next frontier. The hardware makes the entry easy. The recurring service revenue is where the real profit engine will be located.
So the phone itself is merely a gateway device, and the true value extraction comes from maintaining continuous user engagement with the platform?
Exactly. It changes the focus entirely from product sales to data capture and ecosystem lock-in.
Ultimately, this means that affordability no longer refers just to the upfront cost, but perhaps to the long-term total cost of ownership relative to functional capability.